What's up, everyone? I'm Neo, and I'm joined here tonight for something a little bit different by my brother,
Jdog.
It is time for our 2018 Terror on the Fox opening night full breakdown and review.
And for those of you that aren't sure what Terror on the Fox is, it is a local haunted house here in the Green Bay area, Green Bay, Wisconsin area.
Yes.
Pretty popular haunted house.
We attended on September 21st, 2018. We arrived between 8:25 and 8:30. 3 of us went together.
Kind of on a whim.
Yes, kind of on a whim. We knew we were going to be going at some point this season, and we thought, you know, what a better time to go for a full breakdown review than opening night, when your best foot should be forward and your best all your energy should be there.
Absolutely.
So, Jdog, let's you know, I say full breakdown. I want to talk about this from top to bottom, and I don't want to miss anything. So let's talk about parking. One thing that, you know, I'm going to use the morgue as an example here.
Absolutely.
One thing the morgue does is it funnels people in. You park in like a grassy area, and there's really no set structure other than people telling you, like, you know, where to park. And when you're trying to get out and there's a lot of people coming in, it can kind of be a disaster. That happened to me last year.
Sure.
So you pull up to Terror on the Fox, and you see the sign for Terror on the Fox on your left, and then you see a parking lot on your right. My goodness. And I absolutely love that.
Absolutely.
That is one thing Terror on the Fox does so darn well. They have ample parking, it's easy access, and it's easy to get out of.
It's well lit, it's safe, and
Yes.
it's marked.
Yes.
And I think there is something to be said for a ease of approach, right?
Yes.
That Terror on the Fox really nails.
Yeah.
And they've done this as many times as we've gone. They've done a very good job at this. We always have excellent parking. We know where to park.
Yes.
There's people there that are showing you where to go.
They man the parking lot. They're right there.
So that part of it is excellent. A lot of these haunted houses you go to, you mentioned the morgue, which was another relatively popular one in the greater Green Bay area. They're basically built out in these fields.
Yep.
And you're parking in the field. And, you know, let's be honest, you're walking, I don't know where you're walking. Dirt, mud, you know, you're walking on pavement, and it's very nice, and it's very welcoming, and I do really like that.
Yeah, I would say out of all the things of Terror on the Fox, that is one thing it knocks right out of the park.
Yes.
Parking, ease of access, safety, getting to the event, really well done.
The amenities are excellent.
Yes.
And parking is a major positive.
And parking is free for anybody who's wondering, which I think it always should be. I don't ever think I should have to pay to park.
To then go pay to go to your haunted house.
Yes.
Yeah. So it is free to park, which is what it should be, and that is acceptable, and they do a very good job with it, and they get high marks for it.
Now, Jdog, before we move forward with our review, with our breakdown here, I want to ask you a question. Are we going to talk about pros and cons as we go through this review, or do you want to do that at the end?
I think we can just do it as we go.
Excellent.
Right. Yeah.
Excellent. All right, then. So let's talk, you know, we walk up, we see the sign Terror on the Fox, you know, then you come in and you come around, they've got some porta potties, they've got some lines, you can either...
Let me mention that they have a lot of bathrooms.
Yes, they do, on
which
site.
is also, again, we talk amenities. Bathrooms are important. There's a lot of them. So, you know, there's some by the ticket booth, there's some by each wait line, so I never felt like, oh my God, where's the next bathroom?
Yeah.
You know, I'm dying here. None of that.
Yep.
Again, they really do well with the quality of life part of the haunted house.
And you know, I've been frequenting it since 2016 now, multiple times this season, and I can tell you that's never been different. So makes me happy to still see that. You know, you come up to the lines and there's have tickets already, go here. Need tickets, go here. So very well labeled.
Yeah, it's well signed.
Yes.
You know, all that stuff is well done.
Yes. So now we get up to the ticket booth. We walk up. You know, I pull out my credit card and I hand it to you and I say, "Well, tell me we want 3 tickets." You handed him my card, said 3 for general admission. This was not Fast Pass. This was not VIP experience. This was 3 for general admission. Jdog, what was the total price for 3 people general admission?
$100.17.
Do roughly what does that come up to?
Around $33.36 a person. $33.36 a person.
Now, we're typical haunted house goers. We're not buying our tickets ahead of time. We're not going online printing them out. We're not bringing them in on our smartphone. Hey, we decided, let's go to Terror on the Fox tonight. We showed up, hour after it opened.
Yeah.
So we're the typical haunted house goer. We're
looking for something to do on a Friday night, and haunted house sounds like fun.
Yeah. Now, we walked up and paid just over $33 a person. I would say from this point onward in our review, I want everybody to remember that was the price we paid a person for general admission.
That is the highest price I've ever paid to go to a haunted house.
Yes, me as well.
In general admission.
Yes.
Anywhere in the state that I've been to, I've never paid that much for general admission anywhere else. So that is a new general admission record. So the experience better live up to it. Because the ticket price, I believe last year was $25 plus tax.
It was $25.
$26.55, $26.70, something like that.
They also charge tax at the door. I don't know if that's a thing that they're required to do, or if they just don't build tax into their price. Because when I go to Green Bay Fear, I walk up, hand them a 20, and I go in.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's a thing there. I don't know if that's just a difference in, again, maybe Green Bay Fear just adds tax in at the door automatically.
Yeah.
Gives you a flat 20 and you're in.
Yep.
Or if, Terror on the Fox is just charging tax because they can.
Well, I think they both collect tax. One is just telling you the total price with tax, and one is telling you before tax.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, you still pay the tax.
Yes.
Our price, $33, 16 cents a person.
Yes.
I mean, in that range. That's what we paid. So
we can let's discuss.
I'm sorry, 36 cents a person.
Yeah.
So that's what we paid.
Let's discuss our thoughts on that after the full breakdown.
Okay.
We get our tickets. They printed them all nice and neat, easy to see on a receipt for us.
Yep.
I thought that was really cool. Easy, easy to hang on to. Not like it was 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 different sheets of paper. You got to remember each one for each different event. That was good.
Yep. Nope. It's one ticket. And it prints out for 3 people because you're all in a group together. They scan them up a ways ahead of you. That again, the actual amenities and all that are good. Yep. Terror of the Fox has that part nailed to a T.
Yep.
And they are the best in the business at it.
I would say pretty damn good. If I had
some of them give you a little raffle ticket. I've been to ones like that before. And you got to hand that to the guy. It's like, okay, well, what if I lose this?
Yeah, what if I lose this little bitty raffle ticket?
I mean, oh my God.
One thing I have to say I like about Green Bay Fair is they give you the wristband.
There you go.
And it's like, unless you rip it off, you're not going to lose it. And then they just mark them off at each event.
There's another good way to go.
So I like that, but I also like the way Terror is doing it with the printed receipt. Then they just hit it with the phone. They scan the little, whatever that, the QR code or whatever.
Yeah.
Zip, pop, boom, you're in.
And it's good for their tracking, too. So it works fine.
Yep.
The actual ticket you get is no problem.
Sure. So then you go from the ticket booth, and you go to either general admission, which is where we went, or you go to VIP admission.
Now, we can't speak to how much the VIP would be, but we'd have to say it'd be around $40.
$40 to the $45 market.
Now, opening night, we're a ways away from the season, so we really didn't need that.
No.
Because it wasn't crazy busy.
Well, at least we didn't think we would.
Yeah, we didn't think we would. So, you walk into your general admission line, and you end up going up to where you wait to get on the haunted train, which is kind of, Terror on the Fox, this is their calling card, right?
Yeah, this is their big calling card.
This is the thing, because they're at a National Railroad Museum, on the kind of on the river, and this is like a very well-known museum in the area that they have their haunted house set up at. So, you go and you wait in line for this train to come and pick you up, and it's supposed to shuttle you to the haunted house.
Yes.
I mean, so they are making use of this place, and making use of this venue that they have, and they do a very good job of it. I mean, they're at least incorporating it, which I like to see. It's not just some random, thrown up structure in the middle of a field or in the middle of this or that. They actually are incorporating this museum into their work, or at least a train from it.
Yes, and I love that they do that, and I think that's fantastic.
Absolutely. And, so you go wait, and it wasn't too bad of a wait. I think we waited, 7 minutes for this?
Just over 7 minutes. I clocked it at 7 minutes, 5 seconds that we waited in line.
And again, this was not a busy night.
No.
What I've seen there, it can get very busy. This was not like that. So, maybe be prepared to spend 20 or 30 minutes waiting for that shuttle. I mean, if you're not going to get on the first one, it takes about 12 minutes for the train to make the shuttle to the event, and then another 7 minutes for it to get back, so it's a 20-minute trip for that train.
Yes.
And how many people do you think they can fit on that train car? 50?
Yeah, at least.
75 maybe? Maybe 75 people?
If they load it to the teeth.
If you load it to the teeth, otherwise I'm thinking 50. So if it's real busy, you know, you could have a wait there.
Yeah.
Now they have a nice video board there with some trivia on it and some facts. Keep your attention. But as it gets closer to October, it's getting colder. So be prepared. You're waiting outside. You are not waiting inside at any of these events.
No.
Be sure you dress accordingly.
So let's talk about the train. We got on the train, and from the moment I sat down, I took out my phone and I again started the timer. From that very moment, it took us 11 minutes and 50 seconds to get from starting of timer to the walk-up area for the attraction.
There you go.
So that was an 11-minute and 50-second journey, give or take a little bit depending on when you start your timer. Let's talk about the train experience. In past years, Jdog, you kind of complained to me that it was too loud.
Well, yeah. In the past, the train actually made me want to leave the event. I hated it that much. Not for anything other than the fact that they had obnoxiously loud music on it and pulsing strobe lights the entire ride. And this was in the past years, which I would actually cover my eyes and just close my eyes and wait and hope, because it bothered me physically. I did not enjoy it at all.
And you're not typically bothered by that stuff.
Well, not if I can move through it, but you can't get away from it. You have to sit there and take it for 12 minutes.
Yep.
And, I mean, it was obnoxious.
Yes.
So I am happy to say that it was definitely toned down this year, at least in my opinion.
I thought so too.
There was still a strobe light, and there was still some loud music, but it wasn't nearly as crazy as it had been in the past.
Yes.
I mean, it was really something the last few years I had been on it. So I was glad to see that. At least that was made more reasonable, where you could at least talk to somebody sitting next to you. I mean, you could not talk to people sitting next to you last year specifically. I remember it.
Yeah, it was bad.
Being completely
obnoxious.
So it is not, or at least was not for me this year. And the strobe light, yes, there is one, but it was at least, I don't know if they made it a smaller light or if they just didn't have it as high intensity, whatever, but it was at least manageable where I didn't have to close my eyes the entire time.
So, again, J-Hops, good friend of ours, and we did a review after opening weekend last year. And I kind of presented a complaint that I've always had about the train. Recently. In past years, I don't think it was an issue. But recently, I feel like the train is understaffed. Now, I don't know what they have to do, but 2 actors on that train during the ride is boring. I thought so.
Yeah, the train is a huge missed opportunity.
I sat on that train, and I sat with my arm up on the seat. I looked back at Dealer, Gage, who was with us. I looked up at you multiple times. They went to. I'll call him Dealer for the sake of the review. They went back to Dealer a couple times, visited him a few times. But the actors never stopped at my seat, and they never stopped at your seat. I don't know if it's because we were alone, if it's because we didn't seem to react, but they never visited us.
Yeah.
And an 11-minute and 50-second train ride. There were people on that train, but there weren't that many people.
No, it was I'd say a half full train.
I would even venture to say a third at first.
Sure. You know, and I'm not necessarily going to downgrade the train just because they didn't visit me specifically. I thought the actors did visit multiple parties.
And they did their job.
They did engage with those parties very
Yes.
well.
Yes.
They were creepy, and they had the right movements, the right howls, the right sounds, so they did a good job there.
So don't read into that the wrong way. Anyone from Terra and the Fox that sees our video, don't read into that the wrong way. The only point I really want to make here is 2 actors does not feel like enough for your train.
Well, I think the train overall is a missed opportunity because
Yes.
what you want to do on the train is set the right mood and set the right atmosphere, right, with a haunted house. This is the first time you're going to the event, so you have to create the right tension and the right,
Atmosphere.
eeriness to make me think, oh my God, what did I get myself into here? And
Yeah.
just put enough in my mind that maybe I shouldn't have done this, right?
And maybe I shouldn't have
Get
come
my heart
to this.
beating a little bit.
Get me scared.
And, you know, you talk about the conductor, right? And he's just a guy.
It's just an actual real person.
He's not dressed up. He's not in costume. He's not in character. And he's got to go over the rules and this, like, you know, like this.
Sounds like he hates his life.
Well, it's like a very basic kind of thing. And, you know, there's an opportunity you could have a, you know, conductor, like an actual character.
Demonic conductor.
That's telling you this stuff, right?
Well, even last year, the lady that was the conductor, at the end of her speech, she at least said, try to stay alive.
Yeah. So, you know, at least they brought in a little bit of, you know, something.
Yeah.
I thought that was something that was definitely an opportunity that was missed.
Yeah, the conductor is a missed opportunity. I realize that there are rules that they need to present, and they need to present them in a way so people can understand them.
Yeah.
That's telling us what we can't do, having some old guy be way too serious about it and, you know, sound like he doesn't want to be there. That's not the right image. Sorry.
It's a missed opportunity.
It is a very missed opportunity. I agree 100%.
And, again, depending on what they will or won't let them do with the train, there's no, like, graphics inside the train. There's no blood smears. There's no,
yeah.
You know, and again, maybe it's because the train can't be beaten up, you know, can't be done based on, you know, rules from the place they're working with. That's possible. But it's certainly, like I said, it's just a train ride at the end of the day. And there's not enough there to really get my heart beaten.
Yep.
And make me think, oh my God, wait, this actually is a haunted train ride, other than the two people that are on there moving around. So maybe two more people would have made it actually feel haunted.
You know, we talk about this. You and I were talking about this earlier today. We talked about this specifically for the woods, but let's talk about for the train. What if in the middle of the train ride they had some girl come screaming from the upper cars, like screaming for help, and one of the actors just beelines for her and takes her out and drags her into the back?
You know, and again, safety concerns,
I understand
things like that.
But you've already got people up. You've already got people running around down the train. You've already got these actors doing these things, so there's no reason they can't do that.
Yeah.
Especially in a well-trained, prepared environment.
Yeah. I would like to see something more with
more bang to it.
That sets the setting correctly.
Yeah. They really do miss on the train.
Yeah.
They missed it last year and they missed it the year before, too.
I get that it's a shuttle, right, to the event. I mean, I understand what it is from a business perspective. I'm just saying, from an atmosphere perspective, it doesn't do enough.
If you're going to have it be a haunted train and have 2 scary actors on it, it should be 4 scary actors.
It needs to be actually haunted, right? Yeah. Where's, you know, I don't know. I guess I struggle to really feel what could be done there if they're not able to actually do anything or modify the train in any way.
Yeah.
Then you almost have to put more people in there. Because
Very
2 people is just not enough for them to really interact consistently with you to keep you freaked out for 12 minutes. So, yeah, the train, I mean, again, it's okay. It gets its job done. It gets you to the event. And it's a hell of a lot better than walking, I think, because that'd be a long-ass walk.
I feel for the ticket price, the train still needs to be better.
The train should be better.
So, yeah. It still feels like a miss. The train, it definitely... They've got to do something. Maybe they can't customize the inside of the train, and that's fine. But they need to do something with that train ride
to keep you engaged for it.
And it's not
engaging.
Really engaging.
Yep.
It's fine for like young high school girls or young high school boys, but basically anything past that, it's a miss.
It is.
So we got to do better there. Especially again, we talk about that ticket price. We talk about value. It's got to be better. So Jdog, train arrives, lights come up, actors go to the front. People funnel off the train.
You get off the train and
you walk down a dark path to
the waiting area.
The waiting area for the mausoleum, which is a new attraction this year.
New attraction.
A heavily promoted, online, heavily promoted on TV and radio. A very, this is supposed to be their new scare. This is replacing the Slaughter/Laughter House from last year and the year before. So, let's talk about it. You go through the thing, blah, blah, blah. You get up in line for the mausoleum. Walking up to the line in the mausoleum, we saw 3 actors, which was nice.
Yep.
It's already better than the train.
Yep.
So that was nice. And the actors were very good.
They were.
We're going to talk about that again a little bit later in the review. The actors were very good that we encountered. Then, of course, I come around this corner and I see this lady in a yellow vest, and no disrespect to her, I know she's doing her job. A lady in a yellow vest telling people, VIP, go to the left, general admission, go to the right. Why isn't that an actor? Why isn't that an actor with a pickaxe screaming at people, VIP, go to the left, general admission, go to the right? That should be an actor.
It should.
It really should. That breaks my immersion. That ruins my immersion. That's like, okay, cattle, get up in line, you know. But seriously, I noticed that when we were walking up, and I didn't say anything to you at the time, but I was wondering, were you thinking the same thing?
I mean, I guess it wasn't a huge disappointment for me, but I certainly feel that people... There's always a line, right, between, like, having everybody be an actor and then making sure people, if they do have a safety concern or they do need help, they know where they can go to find it, right? You see some of these people in, like, the fluorescent vests and stuff, so they're easily identifiable. So I do understand that from making sure that you have somebody that can help if there's a serious issue with somebody. I mean, a reaction to some of the strobe lights. You know, you never know what you're going to run into.
That's true.
From a business perspective. So I do understand that. I think it would have been definitely better to have, in that situation, somebody saying where you should go and have them actually be a character.
To that point, there was another person in vest with her as well. So there was no reason that person couldn't have been an actor.
Then you could have had one actor telling people where to go.
Again,
that would have been good.
Again, absolutely no disrespect to the lady. I know she was doing her job, but that should have been an actor.
It should have.
And an iconic actor,
Yep.
someone that we recognize from TV or something like that.
That would have been
because
nice.
it was very out of character.
Fair enough.
Especially since there were two of them right there.
Yep.
You know, have one person for safety, one person for... Yeah. And I'm pretty sure if somebody's dying on the ground, an actor will break character.
Probably.
Especially to save someone's life. I don't think they're going to maintain character and chop a pickaxe at them. So let's be real about that. So we get up to the line in the mausoleum, and we're standing in line, and here we are looking up into the metal fence to the mausoleum behind it, and I'm thinking to myself, my God, is this beautiful? Aesthetically.
The production values are spectacular.
They are. They really are. And I don't think we can say that enough, and I don't know if there's anybody that can say the production values at Terror and the Fox aren't top tier.
They're excellent.
Very, very, very
we
well
took some
done.
pictures of it, and I mean, it was a very memorable looking outside.
Yes, absolutely. Wonderful. And of course, they've got the Gravedigger actor outside. He's shouting things at
excellent.
you. He was excellent. He's growling at people, showing up through the smoke at people. You know, I felt like there was a few missed opportunities through the thick fog. Actors didn't come out of it and rush the line. That should have been happening on multiple occasions. But, you know, other than that, I mean, I thought the front end of the mausoleum was done very well. Several actors come into line. The clown with the cymbals got a little annoying after the second or third clash.
Yeah. But
he did his job again.
Well,
doing
he
his
was
job.
annoying, so he probably was doing what he was supposed to do.
Doing his job, you know.
I thought, like I said, I thought that particular set of actors did a very good job.
Yep.
Outside, yeah.
Yep.
Really
You know,
good.
sneaking up on you, giving the old cymbals in the ear, that was fine. To me, it got, I would say, annoying after the second time, but it was still fine. I mean, again, doing the job. Doing their job, and I thought those actors were on point.
They were. And
Now-
the guy, the gravedigger behind the fence that you're looking at while you're waiting was spectacularly good.
Tore after the kids and tore after the little young girls and the young boys when they
Because
came.
he's an imposing figure. He's a big dude.
He's
right?
a big dude,
So he's very imposing, and he plays the part very well.
Yep.
Very, very
Yep,
well.
yep. Interacting with the fans are talking to him, and instead of ignoring them, and you know, he's talking to them, and he's shouting, you know, things back at them like a creature or a creeper would.
Yeah, exactly.
And I thought it was done very well.
Spectacular.
So
yeah, very
clap
good
for
there.
him. Give him a clap. Did a good job.
What I'm not going to be positive about is the length that we waited.
Yeah, for a slow night.
For what seemed to be a third full train or a half full train, and we were the last group off the train, let's be fair.
Yep.
But it was still half full train at best. We're the only group there. How was it a 40-minute wait?
We waited 40 minutes in that line.
I was dumbfounded by the length of wait.
Me too.
And I kept thinking to myself, how on earth are you going to move people through here when it's busy?
I don't know.
Because that's what's, as you get closer to Halloween, that's when business picks up. So what are people going to wait 2.5 hours there?
General manager, we're talking directly to you. That wait, you got to do something about that wait. That is heinous.
We waited 40 minutes after being the only set of people there.
Yeah.
And
before you say what I know you're thinking, if we had waited 40 minutes, let's say for a 20-25 minute attraction at the Mausoleum, would you have complained?
I mean, I don't think I would have complained as much.
Yeah.
The Mausoleum is short. Let's be clear. It's very short.
That's an understatement.
And this is where we need to get into... Again, you go through this wait. Now, the wait's got to hype you up, and it was doing a very good job there with these characters, right?
And there were several other actors that joined.
Yeah, so it was very good to hype you up.
Yeah.
But then you get in.
So let's talk about it now. Without too many spoilers, we got into the Mausoleum, and it's like a maze of tombs at first. 2 actors that switched between those stones.
Here's the thing: you're going to have to give the description of the Mausoleum because I don't remember it. Yeah. It wasn't memorable.
So here's this
inside
thing,
at all.
Here's this thing that they spent a lot of time this summer and this past year building. Tore down the slaughterhouse, laughter house, and they built this mausoleum basically inside of the old shell of the slaughterhouse, laughter house. Mm-hmm. I'm going to make a statement, and you will tell me if you agree or disagree. They should have kept the slaughterhouse.
100%.
The mausoleum was a 100% total miss. It was not a partial miss. It was not good because of the actors.
The only part about the mausoleum that was good was the production values from the outside.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah. So while you're waiting in line, looking at it, you're thinking, holy shit, this is awesome.
The statement I'm making here has nothing to do with the way it looks outside. It was nothing. I waited 40 minutes in line to walk through a hollow building.
Basically.
With again, incredible production values.
Yeah. But
they should have kept the slaughterhouse.
There was no meat.
Yeah, there was nothing.
And the problem is, after a 40-minute wait, something's got to get you excited again.
Yeah. So here's my thing.
And with the slaughterhouse, I remember with the slaughterhouse a couple of years ago, there was a pretty good collection of actors
25 actors. We walked into that slaughterhouse and I heard those chainsaws. And sure, they have leaf blowers, bladeless chainsaws, and nobody can touch you, so it's nothing really. But
it's enough.
It plays with your head.
It's enough to get you freaked out.
And we went in, and we're waiting in line. I heard not once in 40 minutes, and I mean this, hand to whatever. I mean this. I never heard a person scream in the mausoleum or in the Stonehenge outside. Never one time in 40 minutes. There was nothing to make me afraid for what we were about to encounter.
Exactly.
A couple corner jump scares, but you don't get $35 for that.
Yeah. You
don't get $35 for that. I don't care who you are. I'm sorry. I don't know how else to say this. The mausoleum is a bust. 100% bust.
I'm with you there.
I don't know if that. Again, I don't know if that was to cut down on actors. I have no idea, and I'm not going to speculate one way or the other because that's not fair. But I want an honest review.
Yeah.
I want my actual thoughts on this. The mausoleum is a total bust. You go through this little Stonehenge. It's a couple turns and weaves. Obviously the actors are going to direct you one way or the other. They did real good with that. We never really got lost or had any problems. They do need to even that ground a little bit. Yep. You almost tripped once. Yep. Could be a total disaster.
Yeah.
Again, you have all year to work on this. There's absolutely no excuse for me to almost turn an ankle.
Yeah.
None. Whether whether it's in the be careful listings or not, I'm there to have fun, not worry about breaking my leg. So that needs to be fixed. They need to walk that and fix that.
Well, and this is where I mentioned to you. I was like, I wonder if they had anybody that doesn't work there go through this before they opened.
Call us
because
we'll do it.
But I just
for free.
I said that to you because
it felt like
the initial impression once you come out of that mausoleum is so disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I'm not talking production values here. We said to ourselves, "Damn, this is awesome looking."
Yeah, I walked in.
But awesome looking doesn't mean scary.
Yeah, I walk into the and it doesn't mean anything to me at the end of the day when I paid money to be scared.
That's what I paid for.
And I walk into the mausoleum. I see the kids going in there, and I see the families and the groups going in. I'm thinking, oh, I can't wait to get in there. And I walk up the stairs, and I walk down around the corner, and here's this cool demonic summoning circle.
Where's the girl summoning this stuff?
This was the coolest thing I've seen. These symbols are lit up.
Yeah.
It looks terrifying. It looks like they're summoning a demon. It looks like there could be a legitimate ritual happening.
Yeah.
It was an empty room.
I know.
When we walked into the center of that room, those walls should have dropped inside, and actors should have flooded us. They should have flooded us.
Where's the chanting?
Yeah.
You know,
and
doing the Gregorian chant shit like they're summoning a demon. That's
and
what we
those
should
strobes,
have.
the light should have dropped. The strobes should have gone off. You should hear it from the outside, and people should have just flooded that room. But they didn't. That's a total miss.
Yeah.
Then we go down the hallway, and here's one actor comes lumbering, growling, gently, mind you, not creepily, gently growling by us. And here at the end of the hallway is another actor, and I'm thinking, all right, he's going to rush us, something's going to happen. Same lumbering, shambling, growling actor. Total miss. Then we step out of this brand new spectacle of a mausoleum to an open area. It's like, I don't know, it's like 15 feet by like 25 feet. There's a little casket off to the corner. Nobody's in the casket, should have been. You know, nobody's around the corner in the darkness, should have been. And we're just standing there, and I'm like, I pull this paper. I got notes that I took during the event, and I pull this out. I'm like, guys, wait, guys, I got to write this down. And I check my time on the mausoleum. It was under 3 minutes from the time they let us go into the stone maze, into the mausoleum, and out. It was under 3 minutes. That's under 180 seconds. I know somebody on the other side is watching this going, how can they be so damn critical? I paid $35. That's how I can be so damn critical.
That was something else.
It was, you know, here's this thing. It's on the front of their new page.
Here's the thing. If you're going to have a short experience, right?
It has to be effing terrifying.
It has to be memorable. So we talk about the room, right, lit up with the symbols and all this great stuff.
There's nobody there.
Where's that memorable moment that you are going to be like, oh my god, I was in the middle of a demon chant or something?
Where was the nun? They have the possession advertised. I never saw her.
Where is she?
I looked for her the whole night. She should have been in that room.
Yeah.
I never saw her the whole night.
Yeah.
I was specifically looking for her. Mm-hmm. I did see the gravedigger. I was specifically looking for her. Where was the creepy clown guy? It's their best costume.
Yep.
Their best actor by far. Where was he? Wasn't there. This is opening night. Best foot forward. So far, mausoleum, total miss.
Yep, that's a 0 out of 10.
Yeah, 100% 0. Let's talk about this woods.
So,
first,
hopefully the mausoleum, will get some work.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a cool space.
It's a great space. Fantastic.
And it has potential, big time.
Oh, yeah.
But they did nothing with it.
Yeah.
It was basically a funnel. Again, it's like they're using all these things as funnels. And
to slow you down and keep you from getting to the house.
Yeah.
If that's the case, just make it all woods and load it with 50 actors.
There you go.
It's better off than waiting 40 minutes for a freaking
letdown.
Major letdown.
Huge letdown. Yeah.
Let's talk about the woods.
Yep.
Because, as you know, at Green Bay Fair, the woods is my favorite part. I've openly told them that. I told them they need to extend the woods. They've done it, and I think the woods is fantastic. Sure, at the latter part, it could use some work, but hey, you know what? We learn and we grow.
Well, it was certainly better than it was last year.
Oh, yes.
And it was longer.
Let's talk about the woods last year.
I don't remember it.
50 yards.
Yeah.
75 yards.
They extended it.
A path.
Yeah.
And there was...
No actors.
In the 3 times I went in the last 2 years, I saw one actor. It was horrible.
Yep. So they have done major upgrades to the wood.
Oh, yes.
Woods.
The woods is now a legitimate 7, I would say, to 12-minute walk, depending on
your pace.
On your pace, yep. And how
loaded
many...
with crypts and graves.
Crypts and graves, and there are actors.
Yep.
Let's talk about this, though. The positioning of some of the actors is poor.
Yeah, I feel like the actors did the best they could in the forest area.
That's true.
But they are not put in a position to succeed there at all.
They are not.
So I'm not sure, what the deal is there, but they're basically standing in the middle of the path, and sometimes the path is straight ahead. So you can see them a mile away. Well, how the hell are you going to get scared?
I'm not.
What about there's all these nooks and crannies and corners. and you could have the actors hiding and jumping out, right? And really doing some good jump scares. There are places on the woods where they actually have like barricades. Why not have people rapping on those from the other side?
Yeah.
And that's the stuff I'm seeing.
Reach through, like, grab for me.
Yeah.
Nobody did that.
You know, I don't need every actor in front of me. I'm not going to get scared by what I see 20 or 30 yards ahead.
Yeah, if I see you, you're not scary because I know you can't touch me.
Yeah.
That's not scary.
Again, you have to work with the confines that you have from a haunted house, and you can't touch the people, and the people aren't supposed to touch the actors, right? That's like Haunted House 101, right? Yeah. So you've got to do something else. Well, that means you can't walk towards them because there's nothing to be scared of. But if they're from the sides, if they're in the corners behind you and you don't see them and you keep walking and they jump up behind you, that's freaky, right? That's a good jump scare.
Let me tell you a really great jump scare, and I think you were with us when we were at Green Bay Fear. For as good of a jump scare as they can produce, there was like a structure, and as we approached the structure, from the side of this structure comes this girl walking like the chick from The Exorcist.
Yeah.
With a glow-in-the-dark demon mask on. Scared the shit out of me. And I remember our friend Dan literally, like, hit the ground. Like, hopped backwards and landed on his ass.
Yeah.
It was scary.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Because I didn't know what to expect from it. I didn't know what was going to happen. And then she goes upright and, like, it was, you want to talk about possession. That was well done. Mm-hmm. One of the best scares there.
Yeah.
I saw nothing like that in this woods.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah, well, and you could have had some chainsaw guys in the woods, right, coming from the sides.
There was one single chainsaw this year.
Yep.
Now, I realize that they may have really overdone it with the crazy clowns and the chainsaws last year. But dropping to one chainsaw, I don't care how many people complained on Facebook, that isn't enough.
Yeah.
Especially when you have opportunity for chainsaw on the path.
They definitely could do some more within the woods to get scares from multiple angles, and I think that's where the miss is.
Yes.
Every scare is directly at you. Yeah. Where's the stuff from the other sides? I only have to be focused in front of me, right? And it's dark, right? It's not like it's well lit.
Yeah.
So if people were scaring you from the sides, that would get to you.
Yeah, especially
you'd have to be concerned.
You walk by some of these structures, and I turn and I look to my left, thinking, okay, when are you going to come out of there? Where are you? I even knocked on it. There's nobody in there. Why not? When I walk by, that door should drop and they should blitz us. Mm-hmm. We paid $34 for our ticket, $33 for our ticket. Where was that?
Yep. Yeah,
we can demand that.
Absolutely. The forest is a great space.
Absolutely.
Again, and it's longer, and it is
much improved.
But the spacing and the positioning of the actors is the letdown there.
Yes.
By far.
I would say, we probably encountered, I would say, 10 to 15-ish actors on that trail.
Yeah.
Should have been 20 to 25, I would say.
Or if they're going to have it 10 to 15, they got to be better positioned.
Better
One
positioned.
Of the two things has to be
and,
the case.
I shouldn't see 2 or 3 actors following the group in front of me 3/4 of the way down the trail.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you hit every single group. And maybe one person follows them, but that means the other 7 stay in position so they don't miss groups.
That's right.
Because I feel like we were missed by a lot of the actors.
Yep. Yeah, so the forest was okay.
Much better, but a long way to go.
Definitely room for improvement.
I would say the forest was a partial miss, partial hit.
That's right.
Overall better.
Better.
Fair?
Yes.
Okay. Now, for us to review the haunted house wait, it's not really fair.
Oh, it gets a 10 out of 10. We didn't wait.
Yeah. Well, we walked up and got lucky because the group in front of us had to break apart so somebody could go to the bathroom. So we got...
Again, from a production value standpoint, the house looks amazing.
Oh, yeah.
While you're waiting to go in.
The house is beautiful.
And you got the creatures up there dancing to the music.
The rules, yep, the performances. That's awesome.
The production value is spectacular. 10 out of 10.
I don't think we've ever disagreed that it was probably some of the best production values we've ever seen.
No. There is no other haunted house that has it it has a production value side of it down as well as Terror on the Fox. At least that we've been to in the greater Green Bay, Wisconsin area. There just isn't. this is the best for that.
Yep, I agree with you on that.
You know, so if we had waited, we would have stood there, listened to some music, watched
seen some actors,
different actors dancing, and
yep,
you know, whatever. That would have been cool. It's the same every year. Nothing different. I liked the wait because we didn't wait. So for me, it was excellent because I didn't want to wait anymore. I'd already waited 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was kind of pissed by this point, to be honest with you. I was thinking, oh my God, dude, I don't know if this can get better.
Yeah.
Because it was definitely, I was pretty pissed by that point.
And I kind of got that vibe from you.
I wasn't really scared. I wasn't really doing anything. I wasn't saying a lot. I was just like, let's get up. Yeah. I was kind of like, let's get done with this. This sucks.
I can always tell when Jdog is not having fun. He gets quiet. He doesn't talk with me and whoever else we're with. He just stands there and he's like, I want to leave. Yeah. I can always tell.
So I wasn't having the greatest time by the time we got through the woods. But to be fair, the house, you know, definitely helped by not having a wait. I think.
The outside of the house, fantastic. We talk about production values.
And we got to meet probably one of the better actors in the whole thing.
The person outside of the house this year was fantastic. They don't have a gravedigger out there.
Nope.
They have a quaint gentleman.
Yeah, so to speak.
Stand-up gentleman. Top hat, cane, demon face. Take a picture with him. They had a photographer this year. I wonder if that's going to be something they're doing. I actually really liked that.
I like the idea of it. We'll talk more about it in a bit.
Yeah, the idea of it is really good.
But you take a picture before you go in the house with your group to make a memory, right? Which is something you want to do if you're paying this type of money.
Yes.
So I like it both from a business perspective and I like it from a fan perspective as well.
Perspective, yes.
I think it's actually a really good idea. And, you know, the guy that we took the picture with, perfect character for it.
Yes.
Perfect.
Didn't mid-picture turn and try and scare us. None of that stupid stuff. I actually kept kind of turning before we took the picture, expecting actors to flood us, which would be a great pre-scare to the house.
It would.
But
it was cool if you want to have a picture with your group
yes,
and
yes,
have
yes.
somebody from
Absolutely.
Fox.
I'm not trashing it at all.
Yeah, it was a very well done thing.
Yes,
very
well done. Very well done. So he turns and looks at us and says, "Shall we?" He takes the cane and pushes the door open.
It's perfect.
So well done. Mm-hmm. Loved it. I enter the house and here's
because and again, let's be fair. Like he's not necessarily supposed to be scary. He's
supposed to introduce you to the house.
He's supposed to be like this
mid between.
Yeah. Like, here
you
go.
I'm going into the house. Here's my honest, no BS thoughts going into this house. This is gonna suck. I mean it. That's what I thought. That's why I went first. I was not scared at all, even a little bit. And I'm like, I've seen this house 3-4 times now. Here we freaking go. Boring. Let's just get through. Let's get home. Let's get this done with. I walked into that house. The first room I walk up to, and this doesn't even probably seem scary to some people, has like these floating propelled dolls. And I'm like, nope. And I just stopped. And I'm like, I don't know if that sets the tone for this house or what it does. I stopped. And you passed me. You come around the couch, and this actor I didn't even know was in the room, must have come from the other room through the fireplace, comes up, leaps up on the couch, totally silent, and sits there and stares at us. And I'm like, okay, we playing this game.
Spectacular.
A frickin' plus. Whoever that actor is, commend them.
Yep.
Well done.
Perfect. Spectacular, perfect opening.
First room, and there's a second doll, and I'm thinking to myself, what if they had a demonic child-style actor behind that second doll? Because you see the first one, there's no actor. You're going to think there's no actor behind the second one. There should be another actor behind that second doll. I even pointed it out. I'm like, put somebody else there.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the thing is, with that room, though, for what they had, and the way the actor moved with it, and the way that the two little dolls kind of looked, very freaky,
very real too,
and very real.
Then we come around this, we come around the corner. We're not going to do this for every room because we're not going. I don't want to spoil the house for everybody. And you come around the corner, and now he changes character and he bolts back through that fireplace and gives you a jump scare.
That's right.
So well done.
Yep.
So well done. all right,
Perfect tone.
perfect tone, perfect starting tone. And now I'm watching you, and we're not going to get too specific. I am going to complain about one room, but after I see my observations. I was watching you. A haunted house, a good way to tell a haunted house is how do you react?
Yeah.
Because I'm afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of loud noises. You can scare me in almost anything. I'm watching you, and you're getting right up in with the actors. You're laughing, you're pointing, you're jumping, you're shouting at them, you're screaming at them. And they were doing it right back with you.
That's right.
Those actors were so on point. Whoever was in the house opening night, between, I'm going to say, 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock,
The best.
you deserve it.
Yep.
Best I've ever seen at Terror on the Fox.
Best ever. All of them. And like the actors, I've never...
In general.
Because it was going to take some sort of small miracle...
For you to not hate it.
To save
Yeah.
Terror on the Fox this year.
Yeah.
For me. And the actors really make it. Like, we've been through the house enough. It's the same house you've been through every year.
It didn't change.
You know,
other than maybe one room.
The rooms are maybe a little different positioned.
Yeah.
But and they might have different cosmetics, but for the most part,
Yeah.
you're going through the same house.
Yep. Yep.
The only thing different is the actors and whether the actors are inspired and whether they hit their scares at the right point. And I mean, it was absolutely awesome, start to finish.
And I would say there were a handful of very good jump scares.
Yeah.
One of them, I even shouted. I was like, whoa. Didn't expect it because they've never done it.
Yeah.
And I know where they got the inspiration for it from. Again, I'm not going to keep going back and mentioning the other haunted houses, but I know where they got the inspiration for the wall scare from, and it was so good. It was so loud. It was so fast.
And it was perfectly timed.
Oh, my
That's
God.
the key on this.
We were in the position for it, and when it happened, like, I felt it in my chest. Yeah. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then it didn't stop. The otthe actor in the room came to us.
Mm-hmm. The actors in the house.
Oh, my God. They were
the
on
best
point.
group of actors ever.
Yes.
In the history of going to Terror on the Fox, they were spectacular.
No question.
And
no question. They knocked it out of the park.
They did almost sublime work in their presentation, their sounds, their movements.
How about the butcher? Remember the butcher?
Their timing, just impeccable. I mean, it was perfect.
It was fantastic.
I mean, I was like, we walked out of that house. I was like, that is the best house part we've ever been through.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just spectacular.
Now, how about when we walked through that one room again? I don't want to give specifics. And we thought it was an actor, but they didn't move.
Well, you start to think that though, because
no way it was an actor.
Or they were really good. And the thing is, you don't know.
You walk by them,
and they are.
Where did that actor come from?
I know. I mean,
God! Some people are really good at what they do.
It was excellent. I mean,
top tier. I'd be willing to say, other than 2 rooms that I am going to call out, and hopefully something will change with them. Other than 2 rooms, I'm willing to say their house was a 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah, it was spectacular. I mean, for me, just on a whole, right? I mean, it saved the haunted house. Yeah. It saved the experience from being a complete disaster.
I would say there was between 12 and 15 actors in that house.
Seemed like more because I think we got scares from
That's a common technique haunted houses use. They'll have an actor man 2 rooms.
And that's fine.
Nope,
because
totally
they did such
fine.
a good job.
We didn't even
notice. You don't even notice it's the same guy.
No.
It's so freaking
I'm like, where did you come from? You were just here, now you're over here. I mean, they know the nooks and crannies. Yeah. They know, like I say, with the fireplace back and forth.
Yeah.
It's great.
It was just spectacular.
2 rooms I'm going to call out. The meat room with the cooler. There was nobody in it. Nobody came out of the cooler.
Yep.
Nobody came from the corner. Nobody came from around the boiler. Nothing. And even if you don't have it be like a normal humanoid actor, I need a scary costume.
Or just have it be a timer thing where the cooler like fake opens, like you think there's somebody trapped in there or something. I mean, it doesn't always have to be a specific person. It just has to give the illusion that there's something else there. Because when you go through a static room, it kind of bores it, right? Like
you're up here,
and
then you kind of tank when you go through one of those. And I know you need that roller coaster ride, but that's too far down.
Mm-hmm.
That's too far down. I thought that room was a total miss. That's got to be better. We need somebody in there. How about you kind of brought something to my attention? How about their use of the loud noise, like boom, with the strobe light? and then the actor comes out of nowhere on you.
Yeah.
How was that? Did you like that?
Yeah.
I thought that was really good.
Yeah, I did.
Scared the
There
hell out of me
wasn't
a
much
couple
in the
times.
there wasn't much in the house I didn't like. I thought specifically, I thought the mirror room was excellently done. The young lady in the mirror room
She was so well in character.
She was so good, and she, if I remember right, I think she blocked us from going the right way at first and led us into a enclosed
Yeah, because
area.
I'm like, I know where to go. I've been here so many times,
Yeah.
and now she's laughing at us, and I'm like, oh, you shut the hell up.
Yeah, and she was so good.
It's awesome.
She gets a major plus from me because,
yeah.
again, I don't specifically remember the house as well as you do, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to follow wherever she tells us to go, and she leads me into a area that's all mirrors.
She leads us into one of two paths that we were supposed to go. One is right, one is wrong. She led us to the wrong one on purpose because I thought it was the right one. She messed with us.
It was great.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
Very good.
It's just enough to get you going. You got me.
Damn you.
Yeah, you got me. It's just enough, right? Without, again, what can you do in the house without touching the guests, right?
Yes.
I mean, from their perspective, to mess with people.
I would like
Perfect.
to. I would like to see they could do something more with that mirror room. I would like to see them add one actor into the dead end that they lead you to. I would. Or
Believe me, it's hard enough for me to get through there. So.
Christ, come on, they can do it. They can do it.
I thought it was well done.
It was very well done. And I have one more room I want to nitpick on. I love their sewage room. They got the actor was great.
Yep.
And I even liked the jungle this year because we had two great scares
Yep.
that were not present last year.
That's right.
Missed last year. They did not miss it this year. I'm going to give credit to a certain video complaining about that. Just saying. They did not miss that this year. Loved that. Then we come to the final room of the house. The effect is cool. The laser light over the fog to make it look like a swamp, and then the actors come up out of the water. That was cool. There was not enough fog, and it's just not relevant anymore.
Yeah, the ending room, I agree with you,
Needs to be scary.
it wasn't memorable.
It's not.
And maybe it's because we've been through it so many times, but or there needs to be more actors in
It
it.
was one actor. There was not enough fog to give the proper water effect.
Yeah, the problem without having the fog is that you can see so far ahead of you that you know there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Right? If you have the more fog, that at least covers it up so you can't see beneath your knees because you're walking and it's basically like this pseudo water that you walk through.
So
And without obscuring it, you can see so well in that room that nothing's scary. So that maybe probably was like the least quality room.
I want to see them gut that room, fill it with fog, super bright lights, but fill it with fog and load it with actors.
There you go.
They have the same. They have that room. They had that room at the morgue, and I'd like to see that room filled with actual adult actors, not kids.
There you go.
And then it would actually be scary.
There's a thought.
And that would be a great.
Make you like want out, and
Yes.
then you get to the end and you feel relief.
Yes, but then you feel relief, and you walk into this dark room that leads you to the stairs down, and here's Mr. Chainsaw,
There he
revving
is.
it up.
Yep.
And because we were waiting in line, and we saw him waiting outside the building, so I'm thinking he's going to be outside the building. And when you went down, and there he is right there, I'm like, damn!
There it is.
Perfect positioning.
Yep.
Played on what I already knew as a guest, used it against me. You never know where they're going to come from.
That's right.
It was perfect. The actor we know personally never broke character once.
Yep.
Never stopped talking in the character voice.
Yep.
It was fantastic. Chased us with the chainsaw. We taunted him a little bit. He came after us. Very in character. Very good. Really liked that. And it was a great way to end the house.
Yeah, that was awesome.
But again, that final room, either change it or make it somehow better, because it's not scary and it's not it's not the proper crescendo for the end of your house.
It isn't. The ending is maybe the only miss in the whole house.
Yeah,
At least
that
this
and
year.
that and I would say the empty grinder room.
Yeah, they could have. Yeah,
That's no excuse.
Yep.
And opening night is not an excuse. Opening night, that house should be top perfect.
Yep. Because you want positive reviews.
You do.
Right? Opening night, so people are going to be like, oh my god, forget the rest of these places. I'm
I have to see this house.
So, a lot good in the house. A lot of good. A lot of good. A lot of great, in fact.
And there were some things that they added, like I said, the strobe light, loud noise, jump scares with the actors, and that you can't see where they're coming from, so like they're right in your face. It was great.
It was.
So, Jdog, let me ask you this.
So you get out of the house, you get down the stairs, you're finally free, right?
Yep.
And you come up to the merch booth, which is all great and everything.
Yes.
And now we got to talk about this picture thing that we took.
Yep.
Now again, for $33 a ticket, ladies and gentlemen, that again, that's the price you have to remember here. Does that not get you a picture?
I feel like it should.
It doesn't get you a picture. I think you have to buy the picture.
I heard maybe it was a little bit different for us. I don't know. I mean, maybe we shouldn't mention that, or should we?
Well, I mean, we weren't given a picture, right? Until we basically saw the manager.
And the general manager was like 3 of these in the house.
Yeah. So I think that means you normally have to pay for them.
Yes.
At $33 a ticket,
I should get a picture.
Shouldn't I get a picture commemorating my
night out with friends?
Night out, and shouldn't I get a picture commemorating my very high price that I paid?
Yes.
So that's my thought on that.
Yeah. Should not have to pay for the picture. The picture should be gratuity.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, because I'm thinking, what makes this worth $7 more than last year on an overall basis?
Because the mausoleum did not.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
it didn't.
What makes this worth the extra $7? I mean, at least a picture is a keepsake. If it's like a once a year thing you did with a group of people, maybe you could say, yeah, okay. Especially if everybody got one. That's kind of like a nice memory, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I could see it, but yeah, it's a stretch to say that the price is justified at the end of the day.
So, let's talk about that price.
Yeah, it's high. I really think it is.
Yeah.
I don't know any other way to say it any kinder.
I'm being told that the parent company is the one who sets the prices. I'm also being told that it's cheaper to buy them online before you go to the event, and that they're trying to encourage online buying.
Okay.
Which,
well, and to be fair, we didn't wait in line to buy tickets.
No.
There was no line. So again, I'm sure they want to they're trying to find a way to keep lines down. I agree with that, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's not like there was a line to buy tickets.
Yeah.
Where oh my, and this jump, right? It was what, $26.99 online, I think we saw a couple days before, and then you get there and it's $33.
It's $30.75 a ticket plus tax.
So it's definitely high. So, and my biggest issue is, for that price, everything has to be good.
Yeah, it wasn't any other than the house. I will say the house is the best I've seen. Yeah. Before I make this comment, the house is the best I've ever seen there.
Yep.
Overall, it wasn't any better than it's been in past years.
Yeah, overall it was not. That's the thing. It's where's that extra motivation to pay $8 extra?
Yeah, I shouldn't have had to. It should have been $25
maximum.
Yeah, maximum. It should. I mean, honestly, if you told me $20, if you gut the mausoleum and tell me $20 for the woods in the house, I go.
Yeah,
I go.
I agree.
I go. And I don't know if they're just trying to do too much. If they're trying to do too much and cut costs with less actors, or what they're trying to do. If they're trying to be fancier with this mausoleum and graveyard thing, I don't know what the deal is, but it was not worth the extra money at all. So if you're going there for the mausoleum, don't.
No, do not, under any condition, go there with the expectation that the mausoleum is like
anything special.
This spectacular experience, because for us it was not.
It was a total bust. The increase in ticket price is absolutely not justified.
No, it is not.
There was no more actors than past years. In fact, I would say there was less at times.
Less to the same.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the further you spread it out, the less it feels like there's actors.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
and that's you're trying to find that balance, and that's where I think they miss a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you are better to make sure that it's intense.
Yeah.
Because again, we always talk about this. Price is what you pay. Value is what you get. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's the value here?
Yeah.
Right? It's low.
When that guy said $100.17, I was like, oh, fuck.
That's high.
I didn't, again, I mean, I was going to go. But I honestly, we walked away from the booth, first thing I said to Jdog was, holy fuck.
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
Yeah. That's a 25% increase.
And that immediately sets my tone negative.
Yeah. You know, okay, let's talk this. And I was thinking about this the other day, too. I was like, very few people go to a haunted house alone, right? Very few.
Yeah.
Usually, guy and girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
2 for $50, right? 2-pack tickets for $50. You know? Something like that.
Yeah.
Just because the price definitely, to me, seemed far higher than you'd expect. You look at the other haunted houses, I think Green Bay Fear is what, $20?
$20.
Dominion
of Terror, a 35-minute haunted house experience.
15?
$15. Revenge, brand new haunted house. $15.
Splatterhouse last year was $10.
But it was trash.
It's a short experience, but it was $10.
It was trash.
And what was the other one? Did you see Dominion of Terror?
I did, yes.
What was the other one?
Green Bay Fear, Dominion of Terror, the Morgue.
Morgue was $15. What was the other prices? Was there any other ones? There was another $30 one, wasn't there?
Oh, Burial Chamber.
Burial Chamber.
That's worth $30.
It is. It's 3 full experiences.
It's 3 Terror on the Fox houses.
Yeah.
Plus.
Yeah. So, again,
Sorry.
when you look at what's around, right, and the different options you have, and you compare it to this, the value here is low. I mean, there's no other way to say it. It is not worth that price.
No. Never.
And
if I had bought Fast Pass tickets, I would have been mad.
at $40?
It's more than 40, dude.
Or
It's
whatever?
probably 45 after tax, 44, 45 after tax. I would have been pissed.
Yeah. That's
It's $37.99 online for a Fast Pass.
Here's the problem. Based on what we saw, if you go on a busy night, because this is a very well-known haunted house, so it'll be busy.
Oh my god.
If you go without Fast Pass, so if you don't pay $45 for your ticket,
You're waiting 3 hours in line for a disappointing mausoleum.
you're waiting 2 to 3 hours for this disappointing. Because we saw the line thing that they had roped off there; it went forever. I mean, forever.
Very big line, Kate.
I mean, we were in the first queue, right? Like the first line of the line. 30, 40 people in front of us. 30 people. 40, maybe. It was a 40-minute wait. Mind-boggling.
So you do that for every road. 40, 80, 120, 160, 200. No reason to think you won't wait 3.5 hours out there.
Crazy. In the cold. It's not inside. And then, so I cannot, for the life of me, justify how that is worth paying more money for.
It's not.
And that's where we really have a major problem.
Terror on the Fox is a $20, $25 max, $28 Fast Pass haunted house.
That's right.
Whether they want to hear it or not, I'm speaking to a few specific people. Whether you want to hear it or not, it's not worth any more money than that. The house was wonderful.
Yep.
Again,
The house saved it. I mean, otherwise we'd be on here with the slam review.
Yeah, this review, if it were not for the house, would be titled Terror on the Fox 2018 Sucks. Do not go. Save your money. A waste of time. Literally, I have no problem doing it to a video game. I'd have no problem doing it to a haunted house.
Yep.
Friend or no friends.
Yep.
I'd have no problem doing it.
But the house was so good.
Oh my god, the house knocked it out of the frickin' park. If they do that, if they do what they did opening night or better every night, it's a $25 experience.
$25 experience.
No more than that.
Yeah.
I refuse to pay more than that for Terror on the Fox as it is right now.
Yep.
The mausoleum was a huge miss. The Woods needs more actors. It must have more actors. It's not an opinion.
Yep.
It must have more actors in the right places.
Yep.
Which sometimes they were, most of the time they weren't.
That's right.
I'd like to voice another complaint that I have. I saw too many actors' possessions. Too many water bottles.
Yeah.
Those should be behind structures so I cannot see them.
Yep.
I'm talking immersion here, folks. I saw 5 or 6 water bottles on the trail next to where they were coming out of. That should either be where they're inside of where they're coming out of, or behind it to where nobody will see it.
Yeah.
I saw too many.
I couldn't understand why that was all over the place. It didn't make any sense.
Too many personal effects.
Yep.
I did see a walkie-talkie in the back of one of the girls' hay satchel she was wearing. I saw it light up red. That I understand is for safety, and I'm willing to let that slide. Water bottles, personal effects have no place anywhere in visibility during your attraction.
Absolutely
If
not.
you're unsure, you should be walking this before you open it to the public.
That's right.
I'd be happy to do it for you next year, no charge.
Yep.
I made one note here, and it's echoing what we've said. The mausoleum wait was too long. It wasn't busy.
Yeah.
I wrote this down last night while we were waiting in line. It was not busy.
It wasn't, and I couldn't understand why the wait was so long.
Because we went through the mausoleum, and I'm like, honest to God, I turned to dealer, and then I turned to you, and I said, guys, that fucking sucked.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You know.
There's no nice way to say it. It sucked.
Yep.
The house was so damn good that it actually saved it. It actually saved Terror on the Fox from getting buried in this review. So anybody that's watching this
So
review,
it's almost like do less and have it be at that quality, right?
Yeah.
Because again, I'm willing to give the $20 or $25 as long as in my mind when I leave, the experience is overall positive.
Yeah.
Or is very positive.
I'm like, damn, that was great, and it was fun.
And thankfully, it ended on a high note, right? The house was the last thing we did, which was the best thing. Yeah. So the end, right? It's like a bad movie with a great ending. You kind of forgive it a little bit.
But I still don't forget about the rest of the crap movie.
I don't buy it again. I don't go see it again. But at least I forgive it, and I don't hate it and put it in my worst movies ever list.
Yeah.
But
Terror on the Fox is not in my worst haunted houses ever list. That's reserved for the morgue.
It's certainly the most expensive haunted house.
Yes.
And
that does not give you the value for your price.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
You know.
The thing is, as I was saying, if you don't pay the $45 for the fast pass, you're going to have a shit experience.
On a busy night,
you're going to wait your ass off.
Yep.
And so just understand what you're getting. $45, you're getting a 3-minute mausoleum, a 10-minute forest, 15-minute haunted house.
No, 11-minute haunted house.
Okay.
I added 2 minutes to that just to be safe.
Okay.
The haunted house is 11 minutes.
11 minutes. Sorry, I rounded up. But that's what you're getting for $45.
If you buy Fast Pass.
And that assumes that you don't want to wait in line for 3 hours. Because if you buy general admission, that's what you're waiting. I can't see it being less. We waited 40 minutes, general admission, on a not busy night.
In one stretch of line.
In one space. And we didn't even wait for the house.
And they were giving 2 minutes for groups.
Per group, yeah.
2 minutes.
So that was...
So
unless they maybe
no excuse for that.
Put groups together, I don't know what they're going to do. But it's certainly...
Well, you really can't put groups together for that because then it's not going to be scary.
It was really long.
Yep.
For how few people were there.
Yep.
To us, seemed outrageously long.
And for how poor we thought the mausoleum was.
Yeah, and it didn't. And then again, it didn't make up for it.
The mausoleum can get torn down next year and try again. And nobody wants to hear that, but you need to tear it down, try again.
Or you've got to do something with it.
Yeah, do something more. Or do something more with it. I actually thought that was going to be a multi-tiered experience in there.
Yeah.
And then when I got in, it was just the one room. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. You build that, and you have it looking that great from the outside for one room with nothing in it.
Yeah,
it's an open space.
You don't get a glowing haunted house review for looks. You're not the darkness.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I need to be scared. Or I need to have a memorable experience. Now, I remember the room because it was so beautiful, right? And so well created.
But I also remember the room.
But I also remember
they did nothing with it.
Feeling let down. Absolutely.
Totally let down.
So,
at the end of the day, Terror on the Fox is not a $33 and what, 40-some cent experience?
It's not even close.
Nope, not even close. $20-25 max. General admission. At all times. Yeah. I'd say $33, no way. And again, this is my speculation, but I think if the parent company is the one setting prices, I think that's outrageous.
Yeah.
And someone that's running Terror on the Fox down there. I didn't see anybody from 13th floor there, by the way.
Yeah.
Actually observing the haunted house.
Yeah.
That was a disappointment.
There's nothing worse than absentee ownership.
No.
You have people that are making decisions that are not in the market or that are not
There.
that are not running the show.
For promotion's sake, that might be great to have 13th floor as an owner, but I'm going to make a statement. You can tell me whether or not you agree with it. I would say one of the worst things to ever happen to Terra on the Fox from a value side would be to 13th floor buying them.
100%. 100% agree. Because you have too much control and decision making being taken away from the people that are actually there listening and hearing and viewing and that are day to day on the side of the actual event.
Yep.
You know, and look, you know, we're small business owners. It's like us never being in our business and making decisions.
Good luck.
Without hearing what the customers are saying. I don't think so.
I don't either.
It doesn't work that way.
Nope.
So, yeah, there is a disparity, and you guys can let us know what you think if you've been to this event and you're watching this video. You can come on here and let us know what you think. But
if you watch the entire hour review, good on you.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
I would really wonder if there'd be somebody on here that would come on here and say they felt they got their money's worth. I would really struggle to believe that.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I mean, if somebody buys the ticket for you, hey, what a great time! Go.
Yeah.
If you get half off tickets, go. If you get reduced tickets, go.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you got $20 tickets, if you got $13 tickets, good on you.
But when our card was run for $100 for 3 people to go through a half-hour total of events, that's absolutely outrageous.
I can go to Breakout Green Bay for $30 for an hour of solid entertainment, and it's quality.
Yep.
Every second of it is quality.
High quality entertainment, group event, Breakout, $30 a person maximum.
Yeah.
Right? $26 on the weekdays. So when you compare interactive experiences like that, and I'm not waiting when I go to Breakout and it's indoors and it's comfortable, or compare it to a scary movie, right? You and a girlfriend, boyfriend, going to go to a scary movie, right?
$20.
$10. Yep. Let's say it's $25 for 2 tickets. Let's hey, movie tickets are getting expensive. Let's say it's $25, 2 tickets, and you got to have the treats, right? Let's say it's another $25, $50, right? And you're inside, it's comfortable, and you get to
nice chair.
It's at least comfortable.
Yeah.
So this is the top price, not necessarily delivering the top value.
I would say everything before the house. Terra and the Fox has some work to do.
Yep. Yeah, 100%.
If you've been to Terra and the Fox this year in 2018, let us know in the comments what you thought. We want to know your honest opinion. Like the video if you enjoyed this honest, no BS, straight up breakdown of Terra and the Fox, Green Bay's haunted house in 2018. Jdog, any last comments?
I wish it was $25. I'd feel a lot better about it.
Let me walk the house next year.
Yeah. Or,
Yeah.
I don't know. 33 is awful high.
33 is high.
So that's the final verdict.
Yeah.
Final rating, I'd say 6 out of 10.
Really? You gave it a 6?
Yeah, saved by a 10 out of 10 house.
Ooh.
10 out of 10 house, 0 out of 10 mausoleum, 5 out of 10 woods, 4 out of 10 train. But the house is so good that ups it a little bit. 6 out of 10.
Yeah. You know what? And I was actually thinking, am I going to give it a 7 again this year? I think I gave it a 7.25 last year. Am I going to give it that again? And I was like, you know what?
That price increase kind of
6.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Kinda
I
works.
actually agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
On everything you just said. 6 out of 10 this year. I'm Neil with the Balding Plebs, joined here tonight by my brother.
Jdog.
Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you right here next time for another honest haunted house review like this.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Good night.